everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I am Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm getting real tired of all you people in the comments section. And I'm Brownie. Yeah, see, I was literally hitting reset up until the point where the thing started. I got the thing working so that it shouts people out for their first... Han Solo got the face. For people's first comment, it shouts you out. But all of you guys are doing all of your first comments. Well, the whole screen is up, so I have to keep on resetting the cooldown on it.
I just love that Han got the face. Yeah, look at now it's getting caught up with everybody's first chat.
No, well, because they're saying stuff now, because I hit reset, literally, I hit record, blah, 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 unmuted you guys, reset the thing again, and now, now everyone's putting stuff in.
I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
Colin!
Oh, no, I'm too loud! No, I'm too loud! Oh, my God.
No,
I just can't please you people, can I?
What?
You sound good on my headset. Hello,
all right, well, I'm going to just fix it on Discord.
You're going to fix it on Discord. I see how it is.
It's just going to be the easiest option because I have myself overcranked on there.
Well, welcome, Stream Protocol
Hello, Stream
Droid.
Protocol Droid. Welcome to the stream.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
We're already off to a crazy start.
Yep, pretty standard.
All right, people say just continue to update me on how insanely loud I am, and I will continue to adjust.
I think you sound
as
good,
necessary.
but I have you gained weight.
I was gonna say, do we actually hear what they hear though? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you guys hear a clean feed. You guys what we hear and what
Jeremy.
they hear are two totally distinct entities.
Duh.
Yeah, like you know what you're talking about. Anyways, we have a confession to make. Kara is addicted.
What?
This is actually an intervention. Kara is addicted to booze. Okay? Ever since she found this, it's your joke. I just stole it. Ever since Kara found this STL, that's all she wants to print are those booze right there.
I want to print. So the small one is 100, like standard scale. The big one's 150 scale. I want to print a 200 scale.
No, and you know what I told her, Chris? I said, no, you're now turning into Chris. You guys just want to, you just latch on to something. You're like, oh, I like this thing. Let's make it 800 times bigger than it needs to be. Chris wants to print a Lego the size of a Millennium Falcon.
So?
He wants Galaxy's Edge
I want to make
Lego.
a 100 times scale Millennium Falcon. That's what I'm saying.
100 times of the Lego size, right?
Yeah.
We're talking like Galaxy's Edge size Lego Falcon, right?
It might be. I don't know. What's the dimensions of the UCS Millennium Falcon? And then just times 100 volumetrically.
That would actually probably be bigger.
It probably would.
The UCS is probably like...
Oh, whatever a reasonable size is, times 10 then. I don't
Guys,
care.
do you think the Millennium Falcon will fit in this building?
No. Maybe slanted at a 45.
We should just build it sideways.
See?
Oh my god.
Chris is dying again already. And we're into it. No, but that's what you guys do. It's like anything, no matter what it is, you guys just latch. You're like, let's build this thing as big as humanly possible. Chris, you do it
because no one's like, oh, that's the most average sized rubber band ball I've ever seen. No one's stopping in Delaware to look at that for 3 minutes on their way to Maine.
Yeah, Jeremy.
No, they want the world's largest rubber band ball.
Just saying. Yeah, I'm with Chris on this one. Like,
look, here's the deal. Today was DuluCon. Friday night was DuluCon, Superior DuluCon at Superior Middle School, and it was a really fun event. At the dance, so the dance was Friday night. Today was the con. There was a lady from Superior selling homemade dice, okay? She had the mega dice, and it was a chunky, big version of a D20, and it was cool. The lady had swag. Like, I walk up to the table, and she's like, hello, fellow dice goblin. I see you are, only interested in the extremely exceptional rare dice here.
she was hitting on you.
No. She just, how are we here? How is Rise of the Podcast
This is
here?
the first, okay, we're having maybe technical difficulties. So I don't want to interrupt you, but so I see there's like green horizontal lines happening. I don't know if that's part of the feed or if that's just what I'm seeing on the monitors.
I see it on the TV.
Jeremy, can you just do me a favor and just jiggle the SDI connectors and the HDMIs and just make sure everything's solid on the setup?
I'm going to jiggle something else on the way up to do it, though.
Oh my gosh.
I agree.
Hold on. Before Brad gets a chance to do it. Before Brad gets a chance to do it.
Do it. I made it for a reason. I made it for a reason.
First. Oh, welcome to the stream, Karen. Nice of you to finally show up.
Thank you. It took me a while. Sorry I'm late, guys. No, so like Jeremy said, DuluCon. Chip was there, dancing his little baby heart out last night.
That was the most adorable dancing ever. I laughed so hard when I saw that.
Yeah, so...
Oh, Jeremy, check the Elgato connection specifically. Because it's coming through on all of them, so it's either the output, I think it's either the output from the switcher or the connection for the Elgato. Okay, is anybody else noticing too that like there's like a 3-pixel shift on the side of there's just like a black stripe coming down the left-hand side of the frame?
That,
Underneath the mixer, literally in the middle of it.
Yep. I'm sure this is real interesting for everyone to listen to.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, a black strip might not be apparent if you don't have a contrast image against the side of it, but
there's
it's
definitely still
there.
the lines. When you walked past, I could see them.
Oh, I can still see him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Is it killing everybody, or
No,
is it?
It's the spooky VFX.
Yeah, this was totally on purpose.
It's a ghost.
100%.
It's a ghost. Your booze did it.
My booze did it.
Carrie, you have a drinking problem and you need to quit the booze.
It's like I was hoping it was just like the transmission to me. Like it's very distracting to me, but I'll try to not pay attention to it. I'm just want to catch up on a little bit of chat since we're so far down in here. So Swanky says he's going to help me in the quest to print a 1-to-1 scale Millennium Falcon.
That would be amazing. Do it.
Dave likes the pirate skeleton.
The tricorn hat.
Yes.
Let's see here. Okay, so Brad, I've already lost the context of that's not what my girlfriend tells me. Hey, Cam's uncle chatted again.
I bet you.
Hello, American Chris Hansen. We're all doing very well.
Yes.
Bet you.
If it's a bad cable, I'm going to be very frustrated. Yeah, and then all the technical difficulty emotes. Yeah, I see it.
It's Ryan, the Deep Laker, one of the greatest SimCity players there ever was.
Yep, Ryan. Lines! You just know got to get right down. Brad, if I ever get my stuff together, he might unsub. I'm not even there to fix this problem. I had nothing to do with it.
It's fine. We'll figure out what it is by the next week's comes around. Next week is going to be a big week, everybody. You need to make sure you tune in. We are going to have 2 surprise, I think we've already announced them, guests that are going to be on the show.
2 announced surprise guests.
And we are going to be, from what I understand, as long as they can make it, at least Karen, I, and Chris will be here for 3 hours next week. We're doing
oh my God, twice as much technical difficulties.
We even have a babysitter for Chip.
And Kara's still not going to leave him overnight.
Don't judge. I'm sorry that I love our son more than you do.
So, first off.
Yeah, I thought you were just to say more than you. I love my son more than you.
She probably does. Anyway, so next week's going to be really fun. We are going to try to attempt our first giveaway next week. I'm going to love it. Brad will probably end up winning a roll of filament that he can't do anything with.
Well, so enter for things you're interested in.
Touche.
And so Gwen and I are trying to come up with some other, maybe like some stuff.
Well, weren't we talking about...
Yeah, a skeleton, right?
Yeah, Skelly Boy.
Yeah, I want to give away, could possibly even be the one right here on set with...
I mean, would anybody want a boo?
The tricorn hat.
Well, Aladdin's monkey?
A boo, yeah. Oh, it's sad Aladdin's hit the bottom. Just kidding.
He's become a one-man rising crime.
Anyway, so back to DuluCon.
I blame parents except he hasn't got them.
Gotta steal to eat, gotta eat to live. Anyways, all right. Enough.
Oh, but when I got the time. I'll be right back.
You guys are ridiculous. Anyway, so DuluCon was this last weekend. Today it was ended. We were there and then we came here. The past 2 years we have run a VR booth. This year we ran. I am so sorry, Swanky, for you to hear this. We ran a rock band booth today, and it was busy all day. There was not a time when somebody was not playing.
Well, right away
today.
in the beginning, it was kind of slow.
Well, as soon as like the doors are unlocked, people are like da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
And here's the dumb thing. So I'm like, we'll have a sign-up sheet because otherwise people are going to take 20 years to pick what song they want because it's the paradox of choice or whatever.
Yeah, you get frozen. Too much to choose from.
Yeah, choice paralysis.
So I had a sign-up sheet, you know, the name, what song they wanted to play. And then I went through Jeremy's library and I typed up 320 songs
Seriously.
With the artist.
Weak, tiny library.
When Dave's logged in, it's like closer to 500.
All alphabetized.
That's what he says. That's what random is for. That's what you should. You get a random song. You deal with what you deal with.
That's unless you're like me and you need certain songs that you can sing.
All right.
No singing aloud. We don't want. We want to hear the real people sing it, not.
You know what, Chris? Do you know?
I'm not saying you in particular. I'm just saying on average, people suck at singing. I think that's
true.
Universally true. There's the bell curve. There's the bell pepper.
Think? Type in chat. What do you think was the most popular song? Well, let's let that percolate for like a minute or two, and then I'll come back to
Imagine Dragons.
Hands down, played more than any other songs today. Hands down.
Really?
Yes. No, that's not the song. I'm saying take your guesses.
Yeah, right. No.
At the most popular song.
The Bohemian Rhapsody. Boom.
So Jeremy, just can you tell me what decade it's from?
Can I Google it really quick?
Yeah.
In order to tell you.
If he's not sure, it's either really old or really recent.
You are so funny, and Kara's peeking because she wants to know the song and she can't wait.
Kara's disqualified.
It's 90s.
It's 94.
Yeah.
Oh, that was way too specific.
You couldn't tell by that picture that it was 90s.
Well, it could have been 80s or early 2000s.
No, that is not
1994,
80s.
the thong song. So when we're done doing that, I gotta go check out a ton of this chat, by the way.
So I did send Swanky the
94.
list as well, Jeremy.
Of what?
Of our song list.
Oh, really? So he can go buy everything to beat every single one of our times?
He owns everything already.
We have 40 songs he doesn't have.
Swanky, you just need to play the...
I wonder if, they're probably the Lego Rock Band songs, because you can't get those.
Yep.
Boom! Jeremy's like, suck it.
I just want the one country singer song girl you always like.
Carrie Underwood?
Yeah, but what's her song?
Country singer song girl?
Brad, I want you... Not Brad. Swanky, I want you... to 100% All-American Girl singing it.
So I have 100%ed Billy Joel's The Piano Man and Carrie Underwood All-American Girl so far. Yes.
An expert?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's this? Gwen, do you know what song I expert 100%ed? I'm not a good singer, but I know how to trick Rock Band into thinking I'm good at singing. Like I'll say so there's the frequency you need to hit, and then there's sounding good.
Yeah.
And I know how to make the frequency noise that it registers as right as opposed to sounding.
Oh, you know what? That's so funny. So just checking chat, David said maybe sometime I can make it down to DuluCon. He's never been. All these years, he's never actually been.
I'll say the first one was awesome. Then there's some missable ones in there for sure.
That's true.
Yes. 19, great. Right. Miss. And this one was good. You know.
All right, I'm going to guess keep them separated.
All right, well,
you gotta keep them separated.
Read anybody's answer in chat. Bohemian Rhapsody, I saw that was a very popular one, but hands down the song was at least two.
Third Eye Blind song.
Not the winner.
That's nobody else really guessed anything except for Thong Song, which it obviously wasn't.
Black Hole Sun. Hands down.
That's the lamest song on there.
Seriously.
It's all long sustained.
That's probably why they picked it.
There was a rotating group of about group now. So, 3 to 4 people per group rotating through there, at least 5 of them that would just kind of rotate through. It was really fun to see. And there were some people who would not give up an instrument for a couple runs. So they would play with the next group. It was the most chillest, funnest thing watching this amalgam.
Should have said some beanbags.
I should have, right?
I mean, yeah.
Of people just merged together, and Mimi was singing songs with it. Mimi was singing Oasis and stuff like that. But every single group at least played Black Hole Sun. I'd walk by Black Hole Sun, won't you? So they're just everybody was playing.
That was on our ban list of songs that we were not allowed to play when we were playing regularly because the song's 37 minutes long.
Maybe that's why.
And it's boring for everybody.
Well, it was really funny because I don't remember if it was Queen or if it was Piano Man. One of them, the drums has 40 measures before it enters, and the girl saw it come up. I
guarantee you, it's Piano Man.
The girl saw it come up, and she just she didn't chuck the drumstick. She threw them in the air, holding on to them, and she just walked away. And I'm she just rage quit Rock Band.
Does Piano Man even have a drum line?
Yeah, it's got it's like a.
Oh, okay, but
I love how you know that.
I feel like if I needed to, I could 100% vocal that song.
And then this girl was really good at Rock Band drums. Really good. I'd never.
Wait,
David fired.
The wig.
I think so. But when she sat down to start today, she was so bad. Worst drum player I've ever seen. She was looking at the wrong fret. Like,
have you seen yourself?
It's like, oh, blast. But no, so she was like looking at the wrong, and it's like, how are you this good at drums when you're looking at the correct side of the screen? But you always have, drums are drums. There's the orange goes by. Like, as soon as I see orange as a note and not as a bar, I know something's up. And she just was like,
maybe she's just out of practice or something.
Oh, it was so funny. But then when she figured it out, she just like, just crushed it.
I wonder if she plays drums in real life.
Maybe.
All right, I want to catch up with some chat for a second here. So both Jim and Dave says we should give away a 3D printer.
If Jeremy was giving away a 3D printer, it'd go to me.
No.
Well, just give away like an Ender 3.
$100
Ender 3.
When That's Brad true. Wins a roll of filament, he actually has a way to print with it.
If he wins it.
He'll win it. Chris is losing it at the Garfield versus Garfield.
That's literally my entire life, people.
I can't see. I'm gonna get it. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I missed some other guesses. So some other guesses were Cartman singing "Bad Romance." Dave said "Drop It Like It's Hot."
There was definitely some Imagine Dragons, and then I saw the Bohemian Rhapsody come up. I guess there was definitely some people playing Bohemian Rhapsody. Absolutely, it was very popular.
It's a great song.
Yes, I do cheat at Rock Band.
Who cheats at Rock Band?
Oh, like for singing. If anyone's ever heard me sing, you know that I can't sing. But
you just do the Peruvian throat. Is that what you do?
What? No, it's like I can hear the note that needs to be sung. I can't sing it in a way that is pleasing for people to hear. But I can make that pitch with my voice, and that's all it cares about is making the pitch with your voice.
True. 'Tis true.
Chris is still just checking up on chat.
Yeah, Glenn says "Spoon Man" is the song that she likes on Rock Band.
Spoon Man.
Spoon Man.
Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. I used to sing that song all the time with a friend of mine from high school. We would do the duet.
You know that song, don't you?
2112 is available. That's hilarious.
Wait, what?
Rush's song 2112. It's like 21 and a half minutes long.
Holy cow.
It's a badass song, though.
Chris, because you are not here, we lost Justin's from Cinephile Studios panel today, for the record. So I'm going to do a shout out to Justin real quick. Justin had one of the coolest panels today. Yep. He put movie trivia, like it was one of the hardest movie trivias I've ever played. Actually, I'm going to go off of memory and I'm going to ask you what they were. So here's what Justin did. Absolutely nailed the hold run.
I know what the first question was.
Okay, well, hold on.
Okay.
Here's what he did. First place team. Everybody on the team got a $30 Marcus gift card. Second place team, everybody got a $20 Marcus gift card. Third place team, everyone got a $10 Marcus gift card. Then he had a sudden death round where you could send one representative from your team to win one $50 gift card. That's a lot of money in gift cards.
Justin knows how to do contests.
He knows how to do contests. It was impressive. Mm-hmm. Okay, so on the trivia, what was the very first question? You remember?
The first question was, what was the first live action, like, movie, full length movie of a DC character?
So, I'm guessing it'd have to be in the 30s somewhere because
50s, if that helps.
What's that?
In the 50s.
Not.
Oh, it was that long into it. Okay, well.
Yeah, feature length. Live action movie.
It's got to be Superman.
That is Superman. You would have got it.
It was Superman and the Mole People.
There's been 20,000 Superman movies.
Yeah.
1958 was the one, and then the first actual Batman movie was actually 59. So it was like a little bit of a tricky one. Okay, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Are you talking about these Reddit posts?
What?
Oh no! This is more trivia. Sorry,
no, this is
I thought you were
trivia.
segueing.
No.
Okay.
Dwayne The Rock
was announced to play Black Adam in what year?
This is insane.
Announced?
To me.
The movie just came out on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
What year was he announced?
This blew my mind.
2007.
Really?
15 freaking years ago.
He was announced, and there was just all these things. Like, he was thinking about retiring from wrestling, and he was becoming an actor, and then they offered him the role, and he took it, and then they made the announcement. Then the movie got, like, put away. The trivia that he dropped on us today was insane.
Well, yeah, and then he was like, yeah, the sudden death round is going to be so hard and everybody's going to hate it and the questions are super difficult. And like he's asking all these questions and I'm like,
okay. Chris, do you want more movie trivia from Justin at Cinephile Studios?
I mean, might as well. Not a sponsor, but check out his channel, youtube.com/Cinephile Studios.
Many Halloween movies have they made?
Halloween, oh gosh. It's like 10?
I guessed 9. It was 13.
13? Because I know there was like the original run, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch became like its own spin-off thing that they killed. And then there was a second continuity with Halloween, like H2O picking up from the second film.
And there's the Rob Zombie version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that's right. There's the Robs. Those are the ones that I wasn't thinking of because he did a couple of them.
Yep.
So there's 3 different continuities essentially in the Halloween franchise.
But then what he was saying is like you could watch the original Halloween with the newest one that just came out with the first Rob Zombie. Like watch one right after the other, and that's how it is. It's like some weird chronological
I'll
thing.
hit chat really quick. Nice guess, Gwen, at 2016. It's such a shocker. The closest further back someone went was 2012, so that's who we gave the point to for that one. Brad, 11. It was actually 13. Gwen, good guess at 23. Feels like 23. And then, 13. Go figure, Cam says it being 13 Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Jordan Peele.
Well, you can do that one.
So besides his new movie Nope, what are the other 2 movies that Jordan Peele is known for?
God.
I forget the second one.
There are other horror films. It's like Get Out.
Yeah. Get Out
And
I'm already impressed. You would have won based off the knowledge that you have today. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, Jim said Get Out, and I don't know. I can't remember the other one either.
I think it was Us.
What's
Wasn't
that?
it Us?
Oh.
Us?
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, next question. Why don't you ask
Which one was
the
it?
I Work Alone one?
Oh,
I
what?
work alone.
So this was actually question 8. So we're jumping ahead here. But who said I work alone, buddy, in The Incredibles?
What? That Mr. Incredible.
Yep.
That's correct.
That is correct.
That is correct.
His buddy was the name of the kid that ended up becoming Syndrome.
Yep.
And he wore a cape and got sucked into a jet. Super suit. My dinner plans are in jeopardy.
Okay,
That's Samuel L. Jackson, Jim.
next question. What is the name of the sponsor that Lightning McQueen wants to drive for in the original Cars movie?
Oh, God. His original sponsor was Rusty's.
It was. But who did he want to drive for?
With a little Rusty.
He wants to, Dynaco. No, it's not Dynaco.
It is also
Dynaco.
The mustache guy. What's that?
They both wanted to drive for Dynaco because the current Dynaco car is retiring. And
you were right
that's
with
who they're
Dynaco.
racing for.
Chris, where else can you find Dynaco in the Pixar universe? This is just a bonus.
Yeah, this was kind of a gee whiz.
Well, that's the gas station that they stop at to get gas when Buzz and Woody are getting into the Pizza Planet truck.
Dude.
Chris knows his
You
Pixar.
should have been here this
You should
weekend.
have been there. Okay, what song was Mr. I think it was Mr. Pink dancing to in Reservoir Dogs?
Stuck in the middle with you.
Jeez, didn't even take a second to hesitate. Okay,
Freaking Snapchat.
I got in bold.
I don't think drop is working.
I just tried resetting the cache on it.
Okay.
In 1939, what killed Frankenstein's monster in the original Frankenstein movie?
He fell off a cliff or something, didn't he?
Does anybody else know? Al, you got a guess?
Brian started the fire.
Cam, any guesses? Kara, you
I'm guessing,
troglodyte.
yeah, it's like, so apparently he got Cam loneliness. Apparently getting burned to death.
In a windmill. Yep, he was in a windmill and it started on fire.
Oh, that's right. Oh, now I feel really dumb.
Okay, and then name. He gave 1 point for every Batman movie you can name where Batman was the main character. So not like the Justice League.
All right, so Batman 1989, Batman Returns, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman versus Superman. Is he a main character?
He gave that one credit. Yep.
And then there's the Adam West, I think, did one Batman film that I can't remember what it's called.
He was really funny. He said that basically you could get credit for just saying Batman 3 times.
Oh, okay.
So that
What
was
about the
everyone besides Batman, and Batman.
Wait, what about the new Batman with Robert Pattinson?
I think,
Oh, yeah. What's that one called?
I don't know if somebody can look that up in chat and let us know what it's called.
Keith would be so upset with me right now.
Well, literally, it was an insane. And then, okay, I feel bad for not knowing this. Who is the main character, the actor of Naked Gun?
Leslie Nielsen.
I wrote down Leslie Knope.
Well, it helps that I haven't seen Parks and Rec, so.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just had Leslie Knope stuck in my mind. I'm like, I knew it was Leslie. I just didn't know who the last name was. And then last but not least, he did another bonus list one. Name every Spielberg movie that was nominated for
This
an
wasn't
Academy
bonus.
Award.
This was
Well, it was because it was like you could get a point per correct one
per
you got.
one, yeah.
So name every Spielberg movie that he was nominated for an Academy Award, and then bonus, like extra points, if you named the ones that he won an Academy Award for.
Also, I'm going to guess Jaws, Close Encounters, E.T., Schindler's List.
The only one I got was E.T.
Oh, gosh.
Which
Did he... Jurassic Park.
I don't think he got nominated for Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
I don't think so. I don't think Justin listed that one today. Which kind of shocked me because we listed Jurassic Park and I forget the other one was.
E.T., wasn't
E.T. Maybe.
So Jurassic Park didn't get nominated for any Academy Awards.
It didn't.
I don't.
It had to have won an Academy Award.
Anybody can
Unless he's
fact
talking
check that?
specifically about Academy Award for Best Director.
That may have been it.
Or is there an Academy Award though for Best Movie?
I think it was for best.
Oh, yeah, Best Picture.
Yeah,
Oh, Best Picture,
I think he
yeah.
was meaning for Best Picture.
Oh, okay. Well,
Somebody said
yeah,
Minority Report.
my
Brad
brain
said-
is the Batman. That's what the...
Oh, yeah.
See, that's probably why he would give credit for just breaking down
Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, Minority Report. What was the... Oh, man, there's a couple other ones I can't think of. I don't think War of the Worlds was nominated for anything. See, like, we're in the stage of his career where some of the things I don't know if he was just executive producer or if he directed them. So, like, Forrest Gump.
He did Forrest
was that
Gump.
him? Was that Steven Spielberg? Oh God, that might have been the guy from. He might have just been a producer on that. Now I need to look. Anyway, what are the correct answers?
Give a huge shout out to Justin for doing such an amazing trivia job and an amazing gifts. Like
He won for Saving Private Ryan
Oh my God, I missed that. I am not a true film fan.
and Schindler's List. Those are the two he won for.
I knew Schindler's List for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then another question was, what Harrison Ford movie was based off a TV show from the 60s?
Fugitive.
Jeez, Chris, how did you know that?
Because it's a good show and one of my favorite movies.
He was yelling at me today for not getting the right answer.
We said Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, I believe, was an original
Concept.
thing to who's the director for that? Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott
Sure.
sounds correct.
What else? Was that all? No, I feel like there's another.
There was one or two more questions
Question.
that he had.
It's something about Kurt Russell and some director. They've teamed up together how many times? And I can't remember who the director was.
I was thinking Robert Zemeckis for Forrest Gump. Sorry, that was my mistake.
Oh, so that wasn't Spielberg. Did he have
No.
anything to do with the movie? Like producer or anything?
No, but Robert Zemeckis worked a lot with Steven Spielberg as his executive producer. So.
Got it. Who did Back to the Future?
Robert Zemeckis.
Oh, okay.
But it was produced by Steven Spielberg.
Got it.
Oh, okay. Like everything else, Philip K. Dick wrote so many short stories that ended up becoming movies. It's unreal. The Running Man, freaking. What's the other one? Total Recall. Yeah, ridiculous.
Okay. Chris, can you give me like a 30-second synopsis? Boom, here's Total Recall.
Okay, Total Recall. Construction worker has dreams of going on a vacation to Mars. Wife is absolutely opposed. Friend says, hey, go to this place that'll implant a memory of going on this vacation. He does it. Everything goes haywire. He goes on this trip to Mars after like escaping people that are trying to kill him. Turns out he was actually a secret agent that had his memory erased that was working on Mars, and uncover the secret that would unlock the frozen ice caps of Mars and provide a habitable atmosphere.
Okay, that's crazy.
Interesting.
So, have you guys seen what Saudi Arabia is doing?
Are they trying to
Have you seen this,
Total Recall Mars?
Cam, have you seen this? He's going to type in chat. They're building a city that's a line.
Oh, I funny enough, Cam will appreciate this. Real Civil Engineer referenced this in a couple of his videos. It's just called The Line.
The Line.
And it's like a kilometer or a kilometer wide or something like that, and like 50 kilometers long or something crazy.
Yeah, and only take like 20 minutes. There's going to be no cars, but there'll be like light rails in the sides, and like there's going to be conduction, so the heat goes out and the air comes in, and the mirror makes it look pretty. And anyway, so all the Reddit comments were like, "Whoa, Total Recall vibes" or whatever. And I'm 90%.
How is that Total Recall at all, though?
That's why I had you explain it to me, and I don't think it was any other movies. What was the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Total Recall.
Oh, he's in it?
What? Arnold Schwarzenegger's the main character in Total Recall.
Well, you never said that. But I was going to say, I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger did a movie like that. Sounded vaguely familiar.
I've never seen it.
I mean, I didn't think that the main character's actor was important to me having 30 seconds to explain.
Let's walk down memory lane and picture going to a movie store. Total Recall was always one of those movies
Brad.
that was available to rent, but they just like never got rid. It was like always a movie. I just remember always like seeing the movie case there with the little tag ready for you to grab.
I'm sorry, I realize that you can't see me for me making hand motions and stuff. Total Recall is another one of my all-time favorite movies.
Whoa, so RoboCop, man. I've been watching, like, I want to go back. I saw like 20 minutes of RoboCop, and it's like, I really want to go back and watch RoboCop. It's good.
I've never seen it.
Kara,
the very first scene of the movie. So there's a scene where the main character dies, right? That's how he becomes back as RoboCop. I can't watch that scene because of how gratuitous the violence is in it. My stomach for it has for gratuitous violence has decreased a lot since my youth.
Did Quentin Tarantino direct that?
No, I feel so dumb because I can't think of his name right now. It looks like Drop's working. What's his name? Somebody tell me his name. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he did it as a commentary. RoboCop is a satire of American action films. That the whole point of it was to show how over the top people expect action movies to be, and they're completely unbelievable. So like the opening scene, there's this car chase, right? Mm-hmm. And they're literally at point blank range shooting like shotguns at each other, and nobody's getting hit, right? But he contrasts that impossible action with like this brutal hyper violence when people actually are like getting injured or whatever. And there's like, so in particular the sequence, so it's right after that they chase him into this warehouse. And so it's funny, the guy who played the dad in that 70s show is the main bad guy.
No way.
Yeah, and incredibly good. He is like the perfect villain for that movie. But it is a very brutal like execution scene, and I know when it's coming. I just like I can listen to it just fine because like it's just gunfire basically, but I can't watch it. But everything else about the movie is like absolutely brilliant.
Why does Stream Protocol?
Paul Verhoeven, that's right, Paul Verhoeven. He's the same guy who did Battleship Troopers or Starship Troopers.
Stream Protocol Droid is just too darn good at drop, and it's really frustrating.
I wonder why.
Hey, there's got to be something fishy going on there.
Rigged.
Better ban the account.
Get rid of Stream Protocol Droid. Man, I love talking about all these old movies. You would actually like RoboCop.
Yeah.
I don't think for as many awards as I've gotten, can't say I've actually ever watched Schindler's List.
I've never seen Schindler's List.
It's hard to watch. It's very hard.
Don't look at me like that, Cam.
He's gonna do a wheel spin.
I am
wheel spin,
three
wheel spin, wheel spin.
behind on movies. Okay, so I know I have to watch Clouds. I have to watch The Legend of Bagger Vance. And what was the third one?
Cam's uncle has been reminding me that you need to watch these movies.
Okay, I haven't had time to watch these movies. My child won't sleep at night.
Sorry, this isn't Wheel of Fortune. You have to go around once completely, Kara.
God dang.
Ow.
That's
Price is Right.
Price is Right.
Kara, freaking A. Bean Boozle.
But who is the
we got 2 more wheel spin redeems.
Yeah, David and Brian.
All right, so Cam got Bean Boozles.
We'll come back to that. Bean Boozle's on the deck.
Okay, so this is the only balloon pop we're going to be able to do today.
So we only have enough to do 2 balloons. Okay, one more time. Why would you be looking at that? You don't know nothing.
Jeremy explains science. So,
Woohoo!
Ryan, what is Jeremy explaining? All right, tell us when to go, Chris.
All right, no pre-stretching the balloons. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my gosh! Oh, Jeremy, you're on timeout. You have to leave the set when you're blowing up your balloon.
Don't hit my face, please. What did you do?
I fell.
Was that the sound of Jeremy falling over?
He also farted.
I blew so hard. That's when he started.
He said he blew so hard his balloon he farted.
I may have thought to actually poop for a second.
He said he like
If you guys check the replay or clip it, you can see how fast off the line it blew. The proof is in the pudding. Just let go of your balloon.
There's pudding in your pants right now.
I'm gonna cancel the timeout. Let Jeremy back on. I need to hear what exactly happened here. Oh my god! I thought that was his balloon popping.
Because we can use it again.
We're not using this one again.
We can.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we can.
No, it's pre-stretched.
Tell Jeremy to come back on the set.
Get back on the set. You're off timeout.
I know it still says timeout. Oh, Han Solo's bald.
Oh my gosh, my eyeballs are watering.
Bald Han Solo.
Oh, it still
I'm
smells.
sorry.
Like
I canceled the timeout because I needed Jeremy to be back. I thought you walked away and then cheated and popped your balloon off camera. I didn't realize that sound. That's aggressive.
I
didn't realize that sound was Jeremy eating it.
He fell, and I think his balloon popped because he fell.
So
here's the
Jeremy,
story.
take me through what happened here.
I wanted to win, and if somebody could go back and clip, I don't want them to.
You should.
Clip.
Swanky Brad, clip it.
Start of the balloon race and actually view it. You would see how fast off the line I started blowing. Air didn't just come out of my mouth. I farted extremely hard, and I was thinking I may have pooped my pants. But we're good. We're good.
Oh my gosh, Cam.
What?
So Jeremy, I'm nice. Jeremy, I am going to put you back on timeout to finish the redeem.
And then
at some point, I just needed to revoke it for
for-
me to be able to hear the story of what happened.
Gosh.
For the record, before I go, in the next day or two, I may post an update to Discord of the bruise I'm going to have right here. As I was walking over,
Holy cow, there's already a mark.
I tripped and I landed on the arm of the metal chair. So
No.
right here. So as I hit the ground, or like as I tripped, I landed here on the rim of the chair. And so this area is just on fire right now because when I tripped and fell on the chair. So the big little poop you heard was me falling on the chair
And pooping his pants.
and I fell on the balloon and chair. It was a 100% authentic trip. Like I did not mean to. I was like,
So in
this
other words,
caught me
Jeremy
off guard.
cheated to pop his balloon.
But it was, I got injured in the process. I was walking over there.
As Jeremy's balloon is the only balloon that's popped, I'm going to let him win. There's nothing on the line for this one. I think Jeremy still lost at the end of all that.
But if you guys watched when I was like, you're like, time out. And I felt bad because we missed a timeout last week or something. So I was like trying to run off set and I got, gonked by the headset.
Wait, you didn't take your headset?
No, if you watch too, as I go to get off, I was like pulled back.
Okay, somebody, you need to clip it. Please clip it. I need
And
to see
so then I tripped.
It looks like Ryan. It looks like
Ryan.
Ryan's got it.
All right, do a wheel spin and then I'll bounce.
Okay.
And we don't own a Bean Boozle
Bean
and
Boozle.
science yet still.
Yep, Jeremy explained
Yep.
science. Minnesota movie quote.
All right,
that's
so
what we do.
who's the most recent wheel spin?
I think that was Jim.
All right, so what quote do you want just one of us to say with a Minnesota accent?
Yeah,
And
you got a
then-
mark there already. It's like, hopefully you didn't crack a rib.
And then I guess spin the wheel on the Bean Boozle. We'll see what you guys are having out of that.
Oh, I need to, where did I put them? Did I put them in the drawer? I may have put them in the drawer.
Oh, Ryan wants Jeremy to explain the science of ghosts.
Ooh, plasma. All right.
Ectoplasm.
Yes. All right, ready? This is
Yep.
for Jeremy. Habanero.
That's spicy.
Carolina Reaper. That's for Jeremy. It's a Carolina Reaper.
No, it is not.
What? I believe that's for you, Kara, because you read
Do you
on
guys
the first one
want
to have a
me
Nero.
to die? I will die if I eat this.
It's for the integrity of the show.
I will
You can't show
die
people
if I
that you
eat
landed on
this.
something and not redeem it.
I will. Do you guys want me to die? Because that is Jeremy, get the Porsche out of here.
You're making a horrible mess, Jeremy. Jeremy, you can be off a timeout.
He
now.
said you're off a timeout, you troglodyte.
You're on RC timeout for life, though.
Jeremy, do you want to do the Carolina Reaper for me? Please?
No,
What if we don't have one?
we have one.
I'm looking. Oh, there.
Ryan demands you show how strong you are, Kara.
I am not strong when it comes to hot things.
That would be way too convenient.
It
We're
still
out.
smells like farts over here,
It
people.
really does.
It's bad. It's like Jeremy pounded that fart so hard into the couch. It's gonna take. We're gonna have to put it outside to
We'll have
air
to call
out.
your mom to do the movie theater treat seatment to the couch.
Treat seatment.
What did I get? Hey, Mike.
Habanero.
You got habanero.
If I hear you complain, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh yeah, that's a little hot. That was a little hot. Jeremy. Have you ever done Carolina Reaper? Kara's gonna die.
I am gonna die,
Who was hot?
guys. Like, I can't do
Mike
it.
D says you have to honor the social contract.
Just do it.
I can't.
Do it.
What if I die? What if I puke? I've seen people puke because things are too hot.
It would be. That's what people are here for.
That's content, baby.
That's what people are here for.
Please.
Just do it. You're only gonna delay the inevitable. My mouth
Yep,
is over
the
here
faster you
burning.
do it, the faster you get over it.
I'm feeling sick thinking about it.
Just do it.
I don't want to.
Just do it.
I don't like hot things.
This is the only time.
Oh, that's why you're with
she will ever
Jeremy.
do this.
Dear God.
Brad says we pay good money to see you die.
The less you chew it, the easier it is. Just swallow it. Just swallow it. Don't chew it
I'm
anymore.
trying. It's stuck in my teeth.
No, the more you chew it, the more it releases. Just swallow
I'm
it.
trying. I can't swallow pills. You know I can't.
Oh, she really is dying. What do you need? Look. Oh no, Kara.
Hit eject, feel free. Just
No, not Kara. She's dying right now.
I'm out of water.
you want to grab her a drink, Jeremy? Thanks. Jim has volunteered to bring down the Death Nut Challenge.
Hurry.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's not distilled water, is it?
Spring.
Purified water.
Okay.
Why does it smell like farts every single time you come over here? Are you sure you didn't poop yourself?
No.
Ryan says you got to check your shorts for pudding.
It's pudding free. It's pudding free. I hope.
So I couldn't remember if my mom had left any distilled water there or not. So
I'm still on fire. I hate everyone.
I only enjoy this.
hate random chance. That's all I can say.
Who won Bean Boozle? Cam? You're not my friend anymore.
All I have to say is, you know how much joy Kara gets when she sees me eat hot stuff? She's never had to
cut
hit
back to the
reaper.
2-shot.
You like hot things. Here's the thing. I thought that the jalapeno was killing me. Jalapeno! It's like the mild one. Yep. And this one's hot. Carolina Reaper. My tongue burns. I feel like I'm getting a blister.
Mike D says he's proud of you.
Yay! You honored the social contract and you followed through with the Carolina Reaper.
Everybody hates me.
No one hates you. You're the reason
Yes,
why
everyone respects you. Press F to pay respect.
Yeah, you're gonna get a bunch of F's in chat. Everybody give Kara an F.
F's in chat. F's in chat for
F's in
Kara.
chat. There you go. It's starting. There you go. You're getting F and shit. What are you doing? You're eating nerds now?
We should replace those with spicy nerds.
That would be so funny. For the record, F's in chat for Kara. There you go. I love it. Fancy. Excuse me. I'm still burping up habanero.
Must suck. Must suck.
F's in chat is amazing. Thank you guys for doing that for Kara. Yeah, Fire
Nice
Nation.
Fire Nation.
Yeah, nice call, whoever did that.
Man, if I'm
Chris Hansen,
Fire
good
Nation,
job.
I cannot handle heat.
Just because you can bend heat doesn't mean you can handle eating it. Kara's just used to throwing the heat everybody else's way. All right, we are going to hit back up, do a little bit more DuluCon recap. So, Rock Band, extremely popular. Cinephile Studios, unbelievably good.
Oh, you have to explain the science of ghosts, and we have who got the movie quote redeemed?
Jim.
In Minnesota.
Yeah, Jim, what quote do you want us to say in a Minnesota accent? So while you're sending us that, Jeremy, explain the science of ghosts.
All right, here we go. Ghosts are when you... Well, I'm actually trying to do science here or really describe it.
Remember, whatever you say becomes the canon explanation of what ghosts are.
Oh, well, ghosts are just spirits who are stuck in the human world. They're here, they've got unfinished business, or they don't. Their unfinished business is wanting to be here still, and they just hang out. There's one in this building. Chris knows.
What are they made out of?
Plasma.
Ectoplasm.
Yes, ectoplasm. And
Kara said the same thing.
What?
Well, she said plasm too, or plasma.
Yeah. Ectoplasm. No, they're made out of ectoplasm. Otherwise, they're cold, and when you go into a room, you get the chills and stuff like that. I'm glad you have a gallon of water down here to drink in order to kill it.
Brad said unfinished business like you're pudding.
There is pudding in his pants,
There's
guys.
no pudding.
Every single time you come over here, I smell poop.
I go to get you water to put out your fire, and you call me pudding pants.
Jeremy's pee-pee.
My favorite part is like this is just gonna live on the internet for absolutely forever.
They're redoing my clearance. They're probably watching this, so maybe they think my pants are a threat to national security. Who knows?
They're a threat to your personal security for sure.
All right, so back to DuluCon. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Well, so Jim wants the great response. I'm guessing with great power comes great responsibility. Do you want to try doing that one?
You're the man. You are the man.
Well, you know there, Peter. With that great power, definitely comes some great responsibility. Yep.
That you nailed it, Chris. I wouldn't have even done that. I would have just been like, I would have just done the actual quote with no accent. Like, with great power comes great responsibility. You do such a good job at the Minnesota thing. I love it.
Well, it's the extra, like, you gotta put in some thought every now and then, and just put in into maybe you betcha. It's like, It's a bit tough. I know now that your parents are gone, Pete. But is it okay if I call you Pete? And just like it's like it's a tough conversation. Whatever.
That's good. I love it. All right, so back to DuluCon. So great presentation by Cinephile Studios panel. And then we talked about Rock Band, the popularity of it. Keith, let's talk about Keith. So Keith was actually, I think, just like giving away some of his books. And of course, Gravedigger Dave wanted 2 DVDs and he was selling comic books. But on the table, he had a prop from the new movie he's making.
Oh, that helmet is sick.
That helmet is sick.
And he wants me to make the costume.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
he's working on drawing it up and figuring out like what all he wants. So I'm gonna,
because it was on the table and it was all like open source hanging out there. It was super cool. So it's like a motorcycle helmet with a piston, and where the piston ring goes is like what you'd breathe through. Then the piston like goes up like this and attaches to the nose. There's an eyepiece that flips up and down. Another like binocular lens for one of the other eyeballs. Grounding clamps on the helmet. Oxygen tubes.
well, you know what he told me? He said he went to the junkyard and he got like most of the helmet stuff from the junkyard.
He's a resourceful fella.
Yeah.
Well, and so it was really getting some sweet Star Wars vibes.
Nice emoji game.
Who's doing that? Who is doing
American
that?
Chris Hansen.
Which ones are those?
They're
Poopy
Pooh with
Angel.
a halo.
Oh, man. I digress.
Also,
anyways.
did he say why he made the thing?
Well, he told me a little bit about the premise of the movie and like what role it's going to play. So tying together, you and I talked about that video earlier in this week. So he was like, I have to watch it, of how the Mandalorian used helmeted characters to convey a story. And he's like,
I watched that video. It was really good.
I need to watch that. So I sent it to him. And so
Nice.
he's stoked. Because like so many movies, they just get right to taking off
Just
the helmet.
yeet off the helmet like, oh, we need to see facial emotion. Whereas with the Mandalorian, like with just slight body movements and like little things here and there, he conveyed plenty of emotion without removing his helmet. Like,
Oh, for sure.
Him
you know.
reaching for the shift now.
Oh, for sure.
realizing- for sure.
Oh, don't you know for sure
Chris,
there.
can you do me a favor? I can bring
Yeah.
you in warm or I can bring you in cold Minnesotan.
Well, yeah, there, Chief. I can bring you in one of 2 ways there. I can for sure bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. It's really up to you then.
That's hilarious.
You remember the winter of 91. Yeah, that cold, that cold.
Yeah, that we got 24 inches in 24 hours. It's
We never forget.
mind like the old steel sieve there.
You know what you should do? You should do like the Braveheart speech, Minnesotan. That'd be hilarious.
I'd have to look it up because it's a little bit long for me
It
to remember.
is.
Like I could do they might take our lives, like happened in 91. They might take our lives, but dang nabbit, they ain't gonna take our freedom.
Yes.
Too good.
You guys are getting a bunch of free Minnesota
Wheels-
movie quotes today.
Yeah. Because we're excited. We're saying everybody's going to not know what to redeem. So final DuluCon recap. And then so Keith was there. And then we got to go ahead and we saw Matt as Ghostbusters North.
Did we talk about Jim being there?
And then I was going to get to Jim being the #1 vendor, probably absolutely crushed it. And it was really fun to see all of his 3D prints. Just everybody had one.
Yep.
And it was really cool to see.
I'm telling you, I really liked that strawberry waffle turtle. It was freaking adorable.
Did that sell, Jim?
He was so cute.
And anyways, super nice display, super good setup. It was an absolute hit. People had him on their shoulders as pets. People were playing with him at the table. Some lady, it was really cute. Chip like stopped and he was looking at one, and the lady like interacted with him, and it was really cool to know like that's Jim's. That's Jim. Jim made that one. Nope, that was another one of Jim's. So that was really, really fun to see it. I just cannot believe how much. You know what's even crazier? Jim brought up David butt dialing the police story. And because somebody asked him, well, how long have you been 3D printing? And he goes, since like March or May, you know, it was like not, and it was like really hasn't been that long with FDM printers. And and I was standing there and he's like, well, it was when David butt-dialed the police. And I was like, that's right. So too aggressive of Rock Band. He was drumming away and just triple tapped.
And apparently it was so violent, his phone called the police on him for abusing it.
Oh, it's so funny. And then I had a cell phone. I gave it to my dad and got a new number. I got another cell phone, gave my old one to David. So then David has that. So the both of those, so they told me the number when the police were here and they're like, is this person here? And I'm like, that's my dad. He's in the cities. And then they got really confused, but it was actually David's number, but I got, I got who's. Who
has which number?
Backwards.
Yeah.
So it was absolutely crazy. My side still hurts from falling on the chair.
Yeah, he's already got he's got a mark like this big already on his side.
Show it off for world or
do it. Do it. Suck in your gut, boy. Right here.
The shadow is like right on into the microphone, but
that's gonna look nasty in a couple hours.
It is gonna look so bad. If Jeremy makes me angry, I just need to poke him in the side now.
I mean, it's not like you don't already.
You guys, you have no idea. When I walk out of the house, sometimes Carol will make like, boxer flinches towards me and flinch. And then she's like, I feel really bad. That's your first reaction whenever I move towards you. And I'm going to pester you in some way. No, I'm fine. I would blink once or twice, for if I needed help. I know the numbers that I can call.
Recede your hairline if you need help, Jeremy.
You guys, I'm drowning then if that was the case. If I'm sink or swimming, I'm sunk when it comes to that thing there.
Cam says Jeremy next Johnny Depp.
Oh, actually, I want to talk about one more thing. I want to talk about Daryl and Oaken Hollow Games, actually, while we're there.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So you've played Skirmish.
Yeah, Skirmish is crazy fun. Well, there's a copy of it down there.
There is a copy of it down here.
Yeah, but I got a beta copy.
Have you heard of their other new game they made?
No.
It is a pirate game. And it is
interesting.
Really, really fun. So, it's kind of like Liar's Dice. So it's collaborative in phase 1, sort of. And then in phase 2, it's like a betting gambling game. And it's phase 1, phase 2, phase 1, phase 2. It goes back and forth. It's print and play. So I believe if you go to Oaken Hollow's Facebook games, you can print it out, cut the cards up, and actually play like right now. And so what you do is you reveal like 3 treasure cards, and then you roll your dice, and you have 4 dice. And every treasure card you guys are gonna like take from the ship and bring it into the pub or the shanty or whatever.
The cove or whatever.
The tavern. Okay, you're gonna be betting at while you're drinking at the tavern. So then what you do is you take your dice and you commit your dice. So if it's like you have the tricorn hat might need 10 pips, dice value in order to be brought into the tavern. And if you roll a 4, you're committing 4 to it. And then anybody who commits, once you go to the tavern, you then roll and battle each other for the piece. And then the first one to get 100 value of loot wins the game.
Interesting.
And then each loot has like a modifier that you can then use to alter the required dice number you need to hit to win the loot. You can like alter it. So you can, but if you lose, the other person gets not only the one that they're gambling for, but the one that you modified as well. Insanely good game for how fast it was developed. Like insanely fun. And they're in like this is like alpha version right now.
Alpha version 0.1.
0.1, but they're looking for community people to download, try it out, and give as much feedback as possible. They're really trying to polish it into something nice. So, literally, you can get like there's accessories that you can like wear. Some of the loot is wearable, so that like you can like spyglass, and that does something. It like lets you look at like the next card coming up, and then one of them, Cutlass. This one's really funny to me. Cutlass. Somebody else at the table can only use 3 of their, like you lose 1 die. So I just imagine like when you're playing with like 4 people, everyone plays a cutlass on like 1 guy. So it's like they're all drawing their swords on each other. Like, and then the 1 guy only gets to roll 1 dice because everybody else has a throat to their neck. Like, you're in trouble, matey. Or a sword to their neck, to their throat. Oh man. What one did I just say the other day that was like that?
Oh, what did you say? It was today. It was I forget.
That's all right. But so anyways, Plunder, extremely fun game. Oaken Hollow Games on Facebook would be the place I'm going to point you to, with Daryl not being here to talk about it. Everyone has a throat to their neck. Who did that? Who?
It was me.
Of course you did.
Of course I know him. He's me.
So extremely well done game, and we had a blast playing it. And so it's kind of got like, you want to like kind of keep your dice roll secret. I won the game today. I played with Phil from Oaken Hollow Games, and I won, and it was a really good time. And I know how important it is when you're trying to do anything that you get participation. And so they were like just so happy with the participation. They printed 10 packets. All 10 went. So 10 people are trying the alpha version of Plunder. Yeah. Oh, and then Daryl, of course, has an extremely funny but inappropriate name. Plunder all the booty until all the booty's plundered or something was like the name that he wanted to come up with.
Oh my gosh. He also, Daryl also came out with a new character for
I wish I had one
All
on
Hallows
me.
Eve. It's out in the car.
Okay.
But
Is it called Jeremy?
It's the Pegamoose. He made this cute,
nice.
like chubby little Pegamoose. He's super cute.
He's a DuluCon 2022 exclusive. Yep. So I may have a couple extra, and I want to save one for a year and possibly do a giveaway next year for one of the expansion pieces because it was a this year only exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
And then
That's so cool.
Cornholio Play-Doh.
What? Oh, he came back. Dude, it's like super late where you are, right? Like,
Yeah, it's like 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 a.m. over there.
Chris, you can do math.
Or no, wait, hold on. No, it's only 5,
Oh,
1
did
a.m.
David actually track down the link to Plunder for download? Man,
I like how he super highlighted it and it totally broke the thing.
it's like, what do you want?
and
yeah, 2 a.m.
he said it's 2 a.m. there.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
We were just talking about one of our friends. We had a convention this weekend that we help. We volunteer with that is put on in our local area, and we had a couple of indie game developers share some new games with us. One of them being a pirate themed game that we really enjoyed. It was still it was a lot of fun. And then I want to do a shout out to Noah.
Yes.
Noah, speaking of pirates, super fun. He 3 different costumes this weekend, and last year for DuluCon, he was Master Chief.
Yep.
So last year he was Master Chief.
Yep.
This year he started off Friday night as the pirate from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Tremendous costume, one costume of the night. This morning he started off as a ranger, one of Chris's favorite archetypes of characters. And then he finished the day as a SWAT personnel from Umbrella Corp, so Resident Evil.
Nice.
All 3. It was super. You like ranger style characters, don't you?
I do. Wizards are my favorite, but Rangers are among my favorite.
Okay. So Hero Realms has both a ranger and a wizard in the character expansion pack.
I feel like Wizards they either come in incredibly underpowered or incredibly overpowered.
The fun thing about wizards is they do fall into a trope for the most part where they're super old, have super huge beards, and are just usually pretty cool, wise characters. Yeah, see, Chris is pointing to himself. He's like, hello, wizard man here.
Chris,
wizard
you need
face.
to grow your beard out. Like, next time, I mean, obviously not next weekend, but next time you come back, I expect to see your beard to your knees, man. Beard to the knees.
The problem is, it was requested that I trim my beard down when I became the boss.
No, really?
I don't know if you remember, it was like way longer.
They're like,
That's a bummer.
sir.
You should have braided it.
Right? You should have been like all Gimli style, just like chonky.
I need to be able to go into
braids.
meetings with like real human beings and be taken seriously.
Oh, man. That's what you just
I need to know
threatened.
what this fun thing about Wizards is, Brad.
Wait, what?
He said the fun thing about Wizards, ...
Oh, he's promising, and then he's not giving. He's promising, and then withdraw. Brad, that is a naughty tactic, Brad. How dare you do that?
How dare you, sir?
No, Noah's costumes. So guess what, everybody? Noah does all these costumes by hand and with no 3D printing help. So I'm convincing him to try to get into 3D printing. And he was telling me how much it would make his life better being able to 3D print so many of these props and not take over everything, but as, you know, kind of like CGI to movies, it'd be like, just assist it to make it better. They still do like, you know, the costume sewing and design and all that. But for when it comes to making the props and the accessories, so much easier just to be able to 3D print them. And then I don't know how hot it was for you, but he said like his Master Chief was all made out of EVA foam. He was roasting to death.
So
And
here's the thing. When I cosplay as Ahsoka, all of her armor is the EVA foam. So the hottest part of that is the headpiece, obviously, but then the leg armor
oh yeah.
at Star Wars Celebration in 19, the entire lower part of my leggings was literally soaking. Like you could probably have wrung it out because of how little EVA foam breathes. It was... Yup, it was steamy on my calf.
So he said, in that same vein, he said he follows a guy who made a Doom suit
Oh, cool.
out of EVA foam.
No, he will be dead.
And he had to modify it and remove inner layers of the EVA foam, carve it out, and also installed a total of 20 fans into the suit
Smart.
to keep himself cool.
Smart. Smart.
So Adam Savage talks a lot about like cooling, like how to cool down like big, like all-encompassing outfits like that. And he got a surplus Russian cosmonaut hydro cooling, like it's like a jumpsuit
No
that has
way.
like, yep, and it's
for cosplay?
literally the liquid that runs inside of it is vodka.
No way.
Yep, like that's
course it
that's the
is.
coolant that is used as vodka to like circulate around and regulate his body.
I was
temperature.
about ready to ask though. I was like, could you do like with a computer? Could you do like a water cooled type thing?
You sure could.
You absolutely can.
Yeah,
Yep.
just built like I don't know. I'm sure you could build your own cheap version.
Trying to think of how he did it because like he used like a lot of authentic parts, but like as long as you had like you probably could use like a beefed up version of a computer cooler and just like more tubing.
Yeah.
Jim wants to know when DuluCon 2023 is.
It'll be
I think it's in
MEA
2023.
You're right. It'll be MEA weekend again. It always is.
That's what we shoot for.
Yep.
That is what we shoot for. And it should be happening. We're just going to, assuming, pick a new venue. But, I mean, it could be,
Yes.
we'll figure that out. Details to come. It only ended 2 hours ago.
Yep.
Metrodome.
And we're all the way down here.
Yeah, the Metrodome's gone.
Yeah, it is gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, no one's using it.
The space where it used to be. But yeah, so it was really cool sitting and chatting and getting to know a little bit. And
Well, here's what's funny. Apparently, like I had no idea until Jeremy told me his last name. And I apparently have known this kid and his family since this kid was pretty much born. I hadn't seen him since he was probably 5 or 6. And so I had no idea who he was. And then when Jeremy explained, I was like, that's him? Like, holy cow. Like, people grow up so fast.
They do. Well, he was smaller last year. Like, he's grown in the past year.
That's true.
Somebody is calling me. I need to see who it is again. Oh, nope, I can ignore this phone call. Sorry, person.
Take that,
I was going to
IRS.
say, your mom's been messaging me, so if it
How's
was
she
about...
doing?
He's fine.
Oh!
He's asking Alexa for moose car.
That's a new one. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's
He's
what I
just
told her.
making stuff up.
He asked her for applesauce the other day.
And he also makes
Do you like
up-
applesauce or is he just asking for random
He
stuff?
He
is
asked for random stuff.
addicted to applesauce right now. Like that boy, if he could live off of applesauce the rest of his days, he would. At least
I
until
was
he's
like
done
the
with
same
applesauce.
way until I was like 10. All I wanted was
Yeah.
applesauce.
So I the other day I ordered those like reusable fruit pouches, like those little pouches that you buy applesauce and stuff. I bought reusable ones, so then we're not buying the more expensive like big old boxes of them, and I'm just
Yeah, you can just get like the big jar and fill it up.
exactly.
Yeah. Dave says, don't ignore him.
What did Dave say? Oh,
Don't ignore him. And then Brad says, Jeremy, the cops are butt dialing you.
you know what's really funny is it actually was Dave who called me, but not that Dave who's watching. A different Dave who doesn't watch.
Yeah.
That's what's
Oh.
trippy. I was
Yep.
ignoring a Dave.
Yep.
Unless you just don't
Funny.
ignore any Daves. It doesn't matter when a Dave calls you. Do you answer?
Yeah, all Daves are unified together and not wanting to be ignored.
If a Dave calls you in the middle of a forest and you don't answer, did they still call? Not that Dave, a different Dave. That's
Dave's
was-
not here, man.
It was
Or did
Dave
I-
Thomas. It was Dave Thomas's ghost calling Jeremy.
Dave Thomas is dead?
The ghost of Biggie's
Dude,
past.
he died like when probably 14 years ago.
When you were probably 14 years ago.
No, when I was working at Wendy's.
Anyways,
I'm gonna look up when Dave Thomas died.
I know. I'm pretty. Or was it before I started working there?
God,
it may have been like 20 years ago.
I don't think so. He died after you'd started working there.
2002.
It was before I worked there.
When did you start working there?
Mike says it was at least 14 years ago. 14 years ago.
No, Chris
I
had
worked there in
got
2004.
Chip a Porg costume. So Chip was on the dance floor doing his moves with the Porg costume.
He was
last night.
dancing a storm.
Adorable. Everybody loved people. Chris and I were talking about this. You live your life on easy mode in the realm of other. Oh, you can actually see that quite well. That's actually really,
What a little goober.
what a funny guy.
Everybody do the chip.
Yeah, everybody do the chip. No, I was saying you live your, let me clarify, public life on easy mode when you have a toddler, because everyone's super understanding. They're super nice. So Chip somebody went up to him and gave him those things you snap, and then you can like wear them as a bracelet and they glow. Glow sticks. Somebody gave him a wrapped, what kind of father would I be if I took an unwrapped oatmeal cream pie Little Debbie thing? Somebody just walked up and they're like, hey, here you go. This is for your son.
Oh, Garrett, you should send me that video and I'll turn it into an animated emote.
Oh, that would be dope.
Heck yeah.
That would be
I love
dope.
that idea. That'd be so cute. Ooh, Chip. Little boy. I love him.
Yeah.
He's going to be 27 years old. We'll be in season 30 of this.
Oh my
And we'll
God.
be spamming Chip on the dance floor emotes.
He'll be like, why?
It was really good. But people really, I mean, he does make people smile. People love his laugh. And you laughed out loud at the video I sent you of him on the dance floor.
Yeah, well, the one that Jeremy sent me wasn't even like, it was just like, it was like the sneaky from behind thing. And he's like standing there. And he looks like he'd like, was like 2 steps out of the dance floor, and he's like, it starts off, he's just kind of like bouncing a little bit, and then he's like more into it, and then he like, it just like builds and builds, and it was almost like him like unlocking the ability to dance, and it was just so freaking cute and funny.
Yeah.
There was a live.
But that one was good because all the lights looked like he was at a rave. And I did think too, the music was actually not that loud to begin the night, but as it went on, they were like turning it up, and it was getting louder and louder, and I'm like, I am not a good parent for having my kid here, and it's kind of loud. But it wasn't that loud. It really wasn't that loud. But to start off with, definitely.
But no, there's a live artist today, like that, the one man band kind of thing.
That Cam
he was
knows that
actually.
person.
Oh, all right. Well, that guy. I brought Chip in there. Mimi and I went in there to listen to him, and I brought Chip, and Chip was just up front, like right there, just dancing. The guy loved it. It was. I think it made his day because.
What's really funny about earlier before you got there, he even had like the head cymbal and the accordion and what else did he have? Did he have the neck harmonica and something with his foot? I mean, the whole thing. Oh, and then the slide, that fun little slide flute. One man bands are impressive.
Yes, they are.
I don't have the coordination.
I'll say the most impressive one-man band, and you can look him up. His name is the one-man band, Mark Dobson. I fell down a hole on YouTube like 10 years ago.
Oh,
and I was looking at one-man bands, and I found this guy, and I've been obsessed with this guy ever since. Like, I follow him on Facebook. He's, I don't know, like 10,000 Facebook followers or something. Every single post when he posts, I'm just obsessed with this dude, and he was amazing.
Are you to him like Brad was to us or is to us?
What? No, this is way beyond that. Like, I want to go and like do a documentary about this guy. Everything he does is just so interesting. Like the fidelity of the sound he recreates with just the things that he has on him is so impressive. It just blows my mind.
You're giving him such a good review. How can we not go watch him?
You should post him in Discord.
Yeah, post him in Discord.
I will.
Yeah, post him in Discord. Definitely do that. Anyway, so yes, that was DuluCon. It was a very fun year. So we had Chip dancing, Dance Friday night. Noah won the costume competition with the Assassin's Creed outfit, who also did Ranger and SWAT. We got to see Daryl and his new variety games. I don't know how Daryl keeps putting out all of his games. Jim's abundance of amazing 3D printed things. I could take guesses on what would sell and what wouldn't, and I would always be backwards. I swear. So his filament, he had a melted down skull that was, filament scraps melted down into it. I don't think nobody really even checked it out all that much. And DuluCon, that's at the building right now. Apparently, every time I get up and down from the couch.
It's true. There's pudding. It's the pudding con.
No, it's not the pudding con. You guys are ridiculous. Do you know how inappropriate it is to talk about butts on the internet?
You know what?
Well, we're not talking about butts. We're talking about excretion.
Can you still believe we got called immature on a Lego video about butts because we talked about butts? We got lectured from a comment. Speaking of YouTube, have you guys heard what YouTube is finally doing after all this time? A day late and a dollar short, YouTube.
What?
They're adding handles so you can actually communicate directly with your commenters and not need to be in a video. You can do community polls no matter how many subs you have.
Oh, and finally, nice.
You can straight up post text, so you can be like, we could write on Brickable and be like, we still exist. We're still here. You just come see us Twitch on Saturday nights, but the content tools should have been there from the beginning. Why gate that behind 1,000 subs?
Yep.
Would have been so
because
much.
We're never going to be that popular.
It would have been so much easier when we were doing just YouTube to be able to communicate with people. I would have loved to have been able to be like, hey, at so and so, we're still here, or hey, at everyone who subscribed to your channel, we're going to be doing a giveaway, or we're going to be going live on such and such date, or we'll be at this event. You can come see us. Having these tools built into the service. Because otherwise it's like, we have to get people to join the Discord, or we have to get people to sign up for the reading list, or have to get people to do listener mail. When they're finally adding it in, and it's like, they should have just done it a long time ago.
Yep.
So you guys are actually here right now interacting. So I can literally just talk to you directly. Say, how's it going, Swanky? You've been quiet tonight. Are you still here?
He hasn't been that quiet.
He's been quiet.
I want to circle back around. You said something about Dwayne Johnson earlier when you're doing the movie trivia stuff.
Yeah, Black Adam.
Oh yeah. Okay. So have you been seeing? Oh, he says he's been beating our Rock Band scores while watching.
I'm sure he is at Rapscallion. That dolt.
Have you? There have been so many posts on Reddit, basically just smack talking The Rock's acting ability, essentially. Right?
Come on.
Literally today. Somebody in r/movies posted, can we all just finally agree that The Rock is a terrible actor?
He's
and I was
not.
But he's not and a lot of people in there were disagreeing, but there are a lot of people I don't understand why people keep making movies with this guy. And it's because he's a funny actor that can do good action stuff. Who cares?
Yeah.
And it all came the link that they had posted. There's somebody who had done a review of Black Adam or something. And there are people that are high society, film critics that will give a 5.0 to any Marvel movie just on the premise that it's a comic book movie, essentially, right?
People are
so
dumb.
And this is one of those kind of guys who's this isn't a film that teaches you about an issue or makes you think provocatively about some sort of social status or whatever. But it's just an excuse for somebody who doesn't happen to like an actor to be want to pile on to this vocal subset of people that also don't happen to like The Rock, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's just I've seen The Rock in bad movies, and he's not the reason necessarily that they're bad.
Right.
It's bad plot or bad writing or whatever, but you can tell he's there putting in the work.
Am I going to consider him Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan? No. But is he phenomenal, or is he was good in the River Jungle movie. He's good at Moana. He's good as a voice actor. I
mean, funny enough, Brad did just say, he said Jungle Cruise deserved Best Picture.
Jungle Cruise was really good. I went into it with no expectations, and I was very pleasantly surprised.
Jeremy and I just turned it on one day, and we're
you guys, it's Brad's favorite Disney ride.
That's true.
Of course, he would love the Jungle Cruise.
And I love that the shtick from the ride is what he opens with.
Yes, I know. It's you were there at the ride. I'm glad we got to do that trip. That was a fun time at Disney that I will never forget. And I may have taken a page out of Brad's book and leave little things here and there. So that's something kind of fun.
Especially in your pants.
You just don't do stickers, because then that violates everybody. Then you people have to pick them up. But if you leave a little toy for a kid to find, it's kind of something fun to do. Mm-hmm. Sorry,
he says I'm glad there are critics like that because it helps create cult movies. That's true too.
But no, and then like even we were quoting The Rock earlier. We got up this morning, and then there's a line from Moana is like,
Oh no, it's from Disney Dreamlight Valley, but Maui says it.
Why are mornings so early? And I was like, it's a fun little line to say.
It's hilarious because that's how I feel about every single morning.
Yeah.
Every morning.
It's good.
Yep.
It's good. So no, I would not call him a bad actor. I'm trying to think
What was the first Rock movie that you watched?
What's the one?
Probably
where
a Fast and Furious movie.
Scorpion King.
Oh, yep. I think that's actually the first thing that I ever saw him and was.
Okay.
Well, it would have been The Mummy 2. It would have been The Mummy 2 because he shows up at the end of The Mummy 2 as the Scorpion King, and then he got his own spin-off.
I can't say there's anything like amazing about his role in that movie, but
It just wasn't a very well thought out film.
I mean, did you guys watch The Rundown?
I don't remember.
The Rundown is awesome.
It is a freaking excellent movie.
Sean William Scott is like one of the most underrated comedic
I don't know if
actors
I've
of our
seen this
time.
movie.
Really? Dude, there should be a Jeremy Jeremy movie review.
No,
wheel
people
spin.
don't want the Jeremy movie review. Brad doesn't even want the Jeremy helps Kara do a movie review.
I'm just saying, it's a good movie.
Brad
You should
doesn't
watch
want-
it. It's really a genuine. It's an action comedy
It is.
basically.
I
And
like-
Sean William Scott, who's like Stifler, I want to say. Like,
Oh, before we wrap up too, I want to do the IMDb game with that Leslie guy.
all right, I'm not going to do the full
Dave
thing or
says
whatever.
you've
I'm just
seen
going to
it.
look it up because controlling that particular thing remotely is kind of annoying.
I think I've got the DVD too. I think I do at my parents' house.
Hey everybody, it's the IMDb game.
Woo!
You do the intro while I look it up.
We are going to be doing Leslie, what's his last name?
Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen. If you didn't know, and this is your first time here, the IMDb game is we're going to take popular screen legend Sean Connery and we are going to pit him up against the requested actor. We are only going off of movie credits given by IMDb themselves. We don't make the rules. That's just how the game is played. It is how many movies they are credited on IMDb. So we're going to be doing Leslie
Nielsen.
versus Sean Connery. So,
You
Chris?
really want to say
The part that you missed is if they appeared in more or fewer films
Oh, yeah.
than Sean Connery.
has Leslie Nielsen appeared in more or fewer films? And
Did Cam push the button for me?
didn't that activate the music and make it annoying?
Well, no. So if he just pushes the button again when we're done, we're good.
Oh, okay.
So it's just turning everything off after the fact is hard for me.
Got it.
I'm going with fewer.
I am going to say fewer as well, but
All right.
if it's an
so
upset, I would love it.
Gwen said more.
No.
Gwen says more. Cam's uncle says less. Cam says less.
Cam's uncle next week, the return of a thing that you love.
Are we doing Jeopardy next week?
Right.
That's a
Oh,
cute.
Dave also says less. Ryan says more. So Gwen and Ryan say
Whoa.
more. Everybody else says less.
That's quite a few bits for more. According to IMDb,
Okay, so and
according
then
to Chris.
Brad also says more.
What?
And I will say it is by the widest margin I've seen so far. Oh, hold on. American Chris Hansen. So the question is, has Leslie Nielsen appeared in more films or fewer films than Sean Connery, according to their listed acting credits on IMDb?
And this is such a far swing. This is the biggest gap we've seen yet.
All right, so Swanky says less. I have never seen a gap bigger than this yet. And he says less. He has appeared in more.
No way. What? Absolutely no way.
His credits are listed at, it is the widest margin I've seen yet.
There
my
is
gosh.
absolutely no way. And the majority of people are saying less.
This is the beautiful part about this game. This is why this game is fun.
So
I mean,
this
he
was a
has
good
to be
choice.
like-
Thank you,
Yeah.
Justin, for picking a good actor that has never been played on the IMDb game before. That's why I wanted to
Wait,
hit
who
it.
requested Leslie Nielsen?
Nobody. I just was inspired.
Oh, that was.
I
thank you.
requested
Okay, I was
it.
like, Justin's not here.
No, I'm
Unless he
saying,
is, and he's not.
Go ahead and press the IMDb button again, please.
Did it work?
Nope.
They
still
have
seeing the
indicated
thing
that
as
they
up on-
pressed the button.
Press it again.
Press it again. I've watched them press it again. And I get arms like it's not working.
Well, the heck. Let me see here. Oh, where is it? Oh, is that a source instead of an overlay? Yep. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, that's going to be good enough right now. That's
Okay.
fine.
We had issues with it last week too. You were here. Yeah.
Well, yes.
What?
Anyways, so Chris, how wide?
One said it stopped and then it started again. So the VU meter for it, so it did actually stop the this part. You guys can see it.
Oh yeah.
This part didn't go away and it's supposed to, so it must not have just hidden this. I have to probably just fix the script in StreamerBot.
Got it. ScreamerBot. Probably updated.
ScreamerBot.
Wouldn't that be funny if every single time he commented something, there was a thing that was like, ah! Like a sound that popped up? I think it'd be funny. ScreamerBot. Just
No,
saying.
what would call StreamerBot to action?
Huh?
What would call StreamerBot to action? No, like what would trigger a scream?
If he said something.
Hey, for the record, my comical relief that I provide to the show was not. I was on timeout. I thought the RC bit was hilarious. For the record, because you never know how I'm going to violate my timeout.
You are a troglodyte. Well, we should just print a mini 3D, like mini 3D Jeremy and put him on top of the little Porsche.
Oh my goodness, no!
I thought you were going to say we should 3D print a jail cell to put Jeremy in when he's on timeout so he can't cause any problems.
I'm sure there's a more efficient way to just make a jail cell than to 3D print one. There's a correlation between like PVC pipe. You could just put together. It's already printed. It's already made.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
We are not building a jail for Jeremy.
That would be funny.
We totally should, though.
Probably up
I
the
think we
redemption
should.
for jail. There wouldn't even be a show anymore. It would just be sending me to the slammer.
Brad, you're ridiculous. Oh my.
And then you can we'll have like the lawyer cam where you can like admit to the crimes that you had committed and then we'll let you out of jail.
Yeah, but then what if it is actually a trap plea deal? I've seen The Fugitive.
Have you seen the Harrison Ford The Fugitive movie?
Absolutely. Tommy Lee Jones is in it. And
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so
yeah,
good.
there's a scene where they're in the pipe and he jumps.
Yeah, where like Harrison Ford's like, I didn't do it.
Yep.
And Tommy Lee Jones is like, I don't care.
Yep.
Like that's one of the most iconic exchanges in film. And then him jumping out under the thing is
Yeah. Yep.
I've not seen it.
Slammer cam. Yeah, okay, we have to do this.
Slammer
I like it.
cam.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Do you know, you guys, that I will come down here, heat up every glued together piece.
Brad, you need to stop.
And
Sorry.
I will make a escape hatch, and I will let myself out. And then you guys will hit.
The escape hatch is gonna end up going out to like the street. You're gonna fall 20 feet.
You'll go to the slammer cam, and I'll just be gone. And I'll be back in my seat.
I like Cam. Cam said put him in the basement.
No, the basement's scary and dark and full of mystery.
We can put him in the elevator, guys.
No, I ain't going in this. That's a legitimate death trap.
Oh, there you go. We have a jail cell for Jeremy and a dunk tank for Kara.
Woohoo!
No, I don't like. No.
Do you guys realize that tonight is the last time you will ever see Kara eat a habanero Carolina Reaper pepper ever again?
Yeah.
That was the best. That is the reaction you want out of me that I don't give you because it's not. I can tolerate the heat.
The jalapeno is hot.
Somebody put that.
It
in a
literally
famous movie
felt
quote.
like
The
I was getting a
jalapeno is
blister
hot.
on the right side of my mouth. It was so hot.
The jalapeno is hot. I can't wait to see the chip animated emote of the porg.
Oh, you're right. Swanky.
What?
You're right. He said we're still waiting for Jeremy to show off his mad skills in bike and skateboard.
I can totally. Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Even the way they spelt it is hilarious. Karen.
Jalapeno.
That was me.
Is there a bike in the studio right now?
No.
3D print one.
I can totally bike backwards. I already proved to you guys that I can jump over the stick.
Those two skills are not correlated.
No, not at all.
I can bike backwards. It's not hard.
Are you going to wear your elbow pads and your helmet?
No.
Hold on. Is the
I'm
video
not
coming out
Crash.
really laggy for other people, or is that just for me?
I think it's fine for me.
It looks fine.
All right. I just want to make sure.
It looks fine on the
He
screen.
says you literally fell over earlier today, blowing up a balloon.
Well, it was this caught me off guard. This started a chain reaction of. I ride a motorcycle, people.
So do I.
Yeah, motorcycle stays up because of physics.
What? I apply physics. I say
You don't
stay
apply
up.
anything.
No, I stay up.
That's not how a
Tip
bicycle
over,
works.
Stay up.
That's not how a bicycle works.
Stay up. Tip over. Stay up. Tip over. You stop, you fall over. You move, you stay up. Stay up. Tip over. It's simple. Without
Can
this,
somebody please clip Jeremy showing how a bicycle
without this, you fall over.
But here's the thing. One is an engine. The other is your legs.
It is an engine.
Your leg is not an engine.
It is an engine. When you play a
No.
card building game that stacks upon itself, it's an engine building game. When you use your legs, that's an engine building game.
Nobody wants to look at you anymore.
Perfect time for blackout. It is actually 8:30.
It is 8:30.
And on that terrible disappointment, Chris, I guess you might as well take us out.
All right. Oh, are we gonna try and
We are.
are we gonna try doing a raid
Yes.
to that person that's making? First, I'm gonna see if they're even around.
I hope they're streaming.
They are not.
Darn it.
All right. Vile mods.
Sure.
Let's do Vile.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this fast. All right, thanks everybody for joining us. Going live is always so much more fun having you guys interact with us and everything. It makes our day. Thank you to everybody who joined us live. I want to apologize again to the audio only listeners because we've yet again provided nothing of substance for you, but you can always join us live Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/Rise of the Podcast. You can always catch old VODs at youtube.com/Rise of the Podcast to carry on the conversation there. It's been a blast. Don't forget, we're going live for 3 hours and giving away maybe a printer next week. At 7 p.m. Central, so join us then. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course,
May the force be with you.